yeah, Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eye.
Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I am Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today we are bringing you Veronica Mars Season 3, Episode 17. Debasement Tapes. I wanted to just call it episode... I just wanted to call it Desmond Fellows. I didn't want to...
I never in my life thought I would watch a show make me hate Paul Rudd, and this has done it. I love Paul Rudd. I think he's a gem to society, and Veronica Mars made me really dislike him. And also, this is the only time I've ever found him not attractive. It's just been, this episode really hurt me on a lot of levels, so I'm ready to talk about it.
Oh, I'm ready to work through these feelings. I mean, I hated the character, but I don't know if I hated Paul Rudd from it.
Paul Rudd has been in a lot of bad movies, and I've always loved him in it, and he's always risen above. I don't know. Veronica Mars Season 3 really just brought him down.
All right, well, let's, I guess we can check to see what iTunes has to say for the episode.
What's our one sentence? What's our I'm guessing this one's going to be like a 5-paragraph episode description.
Right. Well, iTunes says, Piz, recurring guest star Chris Lowell.
Ouch.
Okay.
Ouch. I feel bad for Chris Lowell.
Oh, way to be demoted, like, on your episode. Piz, recurring guest star Chris Lowell, is put in charge of escorting his idol, Desmond Fellows, Paul Rudd, Anchorman, a singer-slash-musician from a 1990s pop band who arrives on the Hearst campus. From, like, an indie band. I wouldn't say a pop band.
They reminded me a lot of, like, almost... what's the band I'm thinking of? Who does that song, like, Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be?
Weezer?
They remind me of, like, a Weezer type band, to be honest.
Okay.
But, like, the one song we saw of them, it felt very, like...
Weezer's more, like, alternative than indie.
Well, they felt... But also, all we ever really heard about this band was, like, that everyone loved them for some reason. And then whatever Paul Rudd sang at the end, and then like a small clip of their like actual song.
Yeah,
and it reminded me of a Weezer song, just like how it was like almost like a parody a little bit.
I could see. It felt more like a parody of a Beatles song. Okay, so I'm gonna get this out of the way now. I am not a fan of that band. I have very strong negative feelings towards the Beatles. And that is apparently not a common opinion.
I don't know why we're talking about that. This episode has nothing to do with the Beatles.
They have there's a whole scene where Keith and him are talking about the Beatles, and then Desmond is like, oh yeah, the Beatles. Who are they? Like all that. And then he was like joking with them, and I was like
I'm not
super upset.
I like
he was joking.
Zoned out. I was maybe texting while watching this episode because this episode was really boring.
Rude. Okay.
I don't have strong feelings about the Beatles. I like them, whatever. But for the longest time, the song "I Want to Hold Your Hand," I did not know it was a Beatles song because it was on the Sailor Moon soundtrack when I was a kid. So I assumed it was a song for Sailor Moon until I found out it wasn't. But for me, "I Want to Hold Your Hand" will always be a Sailor Moon song and not a Beatles song.
My God.
I don't know how I don't know why they paid the money for a Beatles cover, but they did, and it will always be a Sailor Moon song, even though it was never on the show, insane. But I'm okay with that.
That's insane. It's insane.
It's the weirdest thing.
I like Beatles covers. Across the Universe, I love that soundtrack, and it's all Beatles songs.
Weird.
Just sung by other people. And it like a different arrangement too, I guess, of the songs.
Get it. It's fine.
But Yeah, very. I feel this is a safe space where I can say that because there's not a lot of safe spaces to talk about how much you have vitriol towards the Beatles.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We're past that now, and I guess we could talk about the show at hand.
How do you want to break this episode up, sir?
I guess I want to save the Logan and Max stuff for last because that's like the best part of this episode. It was everything we've ever wanted.
Because in the last episode, we were talking about how much we want a Mac and Logan storyline, and then they gave it to us.
Finally gave it to us. Let's start with the Piz Veronica Desmond Fellows storyline.
Okay. I feel really bad for Wallace that he's basically being relegated to Piz's support or not. I don't know. This weird...
Like Piz's girlfriend?
Yeah, it's weird. And I don't like the conversation he had with Veronica about how, like, what am I, a 14-year-old girl? Because I think we've had this conversation before.
So, okay, we did, like, just a couple episodes ago where Wallace was coming to Veronica about seeing Logan and Parker hooking up, and she's like, I'm just trying to see what Gilmore Girls you are. Also, the line is, am I a 12-year-old girl? And then Veronica responds, no, but you're drinking Fresca and watching Joan Crawford movies. Which basically, she's like, no, but you're kind of a gay wad right now.
Oh my god. I read that too. I'm like, you're not a girl, you're a fucking faggot.
Yeah, that's exactly what she...
That's exactly how I read it and how Kristen Bell delivered it.
Oh my god. Wait, who wrote this real quick? Let me check. John Enbaum. Well, okay, there we go. Thank you, John.
I don't quite understand why Wallace is taking a filmography class, since they kind of made it more established earlier on that he was taking like a set curriculum for his degree that he was doing.
You have to take electives because colleges need to take as much money from you as they can. It's part of your like credits you have to get to graduate.
But I guess, but I know a lot of people that take certain programs, the electives it's a pool of electives that still relate to
and this was like the easiest
fields.
One.
But I feel like
filmography
does not relate to his kind of program he was going to.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to.
What I'm saying is a lot of the more like structured programs, they have to. That's the whole point. So it feels like such a weird throwaway, and it's them trying to like make college happen without actually having to make college happen for the characters.
Oh yeah, like there was no need for it to have been that he's there for like he could just be hanging out.
I don't know why they could just be
Veronica,
hanging out.
Watching a movie.
People forget they're friends.
Yeah, right. I think John just wanted Veronica to call Wallace a faggot, and
wanted
that's how he set it up.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think they're watching like The Women. I think she said
they're watching The Women, yeah,
which is like
the 1940s or something.
It's not a good movie.
Austin loves that movie.
Like the original or like the
both
one?
of them. Well, he loves the original, but like also likes the recent one.
He would. The recent one is not horrible. Like the ending, I remember when it came out and the ending happened, a lot of people were very angry about it. But whatever.
But they're not watching the remake, they're watching the original.
No, I know. I'm just saying. That's what I was asking.
Well, whatever.
Side, whatever. I just don't. Oh, because Meg Ryan's in the remake, and I don't like Meg Ryan.
I don't have an opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
Of like either like I loved You've Got Mail.
I don't like facelift Meg Ryan. There's like pre-facelift Meg Ryan, and then like post-facelift Meg Ryan.
Different roles.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, and then we get another scene of Veronica and Wallace when they're in the cafeteria, and it also feels very weird. I don't like that the only conversations needs to be about Piz or Logan. Like, remember when they used to just have conversations?
Yeah. I do like the second scene more than the first one, though.
Yes.
For one, it felt more natural. And two, it was just more chatting instead of, like, Veronica grilling Wallace about Piz.
I also don't understand where Veronica's coming from in grilling him. It also felt very weird. I couldn't read what her point of view was. Because at first it seemed almost like a pining girl. Like, oh my god, did Piz talk to me? But I feel like it was supposed to be more like, Is Piz still talking about this?
No, I think it was supposed to be a pining thing. Like, ooh, does he like me? Are you sure? Like, which doesn't make sense because everyone, like, knows that Piz liked Veronica.
Also, since Piz pretty much confirmed this when he made his little speech to her.
Oh, and, okay, so... when Piz wins that, like, Desmond Fellows off against that other guy and, like, comes running out to tell Veronica, it just, like, irrationally pissed me off the way he, like, delivered it to her. I can't explain it.
No, I agree.
As he was, like, talking to her, I was just getting more and more angry the more words that were coming out of his mouth. I was like, oh, I had to pause it. Like, I was like, why am I getting so mad
They
at this?
try to make Piz like this bumbling nerd, but he's not that. Which is weird.
Odd. Yeah.
And again, this just highlights how much Piz and Veronica don't have any chemistry. And it's just becoming so clear. So clear. Like the first scene together is very awkward when he's like, "Oh, I won bands to whatever, I'm doing this, and do you want a backstage pass?" And she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, I love them. Like maybe." And it's like I think it's supposed to be like cute and awkward, but it's just not anything.
I think
give me that scene with Jason and Kristen saying those lines. I would have melted. I would have been like, yeah, great.
Oh,
great
shut
scene.
up. You need to shut your dirty mouth. Oh my god. You're such a dumbass. I hate you. You would not. Let's see what you would have said in season 2. It would have been like, why the fuck are they going to a concert together? What premise is this?
Sir,
what's the background to them going to a concert?
Season 2 did not earn any of their interactions. Season 3
I need them to earn this concert they're going to together.
And they have now. Season 3 has earned it.
Fuck you.
Season 3 has earned it. Then we get up to... Oh, I also really enjoy that they bring back... what's her name? I want to say Nancy, but I don't think that's right.
Oh, the promoter?
Yeah, the girl with who works at the radio station.
Yeah.
Trish.
Okay, Trish.
This episode felt very much like a high school episode where they're bringing in these reoccurring supporting characters. And you know how much I'm a sucker for that.
I really enjoy the tone of this episode and the last episode where there isn't like a big murder mystery. Like,
okay. I was thinking the exact same thing as I was watching this episode. I very much was thinking, how great would this season 3 have been? Why did we need an overarching mystery? I know the writers really wanted it, but Veronica Mars does work as a mystery of the week type story.
Well, why couldn't we have just listened to the network this one time? Why couldn't we have just had a mystery of the week season? It would have been so good. I really enjoyed that part of this.
If you wanted longer stories, you could have done multi-part stories like you did.
They did. It's just no.
Give me like because even
Veronica
the 2
Mars
episodes,
works.
Even the 2 episode mysteries were like we were ripping those apart too. So single episode mystery. Because this episode, even though I didn't love this episode, it felt like everyone had a chance to do something.
Like, okay, so with the last episode too, like the mystery. Okay, it's not that I like that it's like a mystery of the week. I like that we're just focusing on the characters again.
I know,
because we're with the kids again. I'll call them kids. I don't care. We're with the kids again.
Season 1 was able to, even season 2 was able to juggle these characters and the mystery. But I think what really helped, because the Dean mystery didn't involve it was all the adult. It never felt like anyone else was involved.
It could have involved Weevil, but it didn't.
Well, I don't know why it didn't involve Veronica more, and it just felt very much like a adult Keith mystery.
Yeah,
which could have worked out fine, but it took too much time out of the show. So then you backburnered 50% of your cast who's not an adult. I mean, they're all adults, but who's not like an adult character. No
one with a job.
Yeah. It just felt very weird. So going to these episodes, these little like not even slice of life episodes, just character heavy episodes, or at least main character heavy episodes, really work. And I hate that we're 3 episodes away from the finale, and they're finally getting a good groove going.
Yep. Sure is. We have 3 episodes left.
Because is there any like big? Because there's really no big mystery left, or is there kind of like a mini mystery?
The episode 19 and 20 kind of act as like a 2-parter mystery type thing. But this is the next episode will be the last like mystery of the week type thing. Well, I guess episode 19 does have a mystery of the week, and then it introduces another mystery. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll get there. We're right there.
It's just very interesting how I'm starting to not enjoy season 3, but it's starting to grow on me. Mm-hmm. And it's just, we had to weed through so much shit. And it's weird because the first 2 seasons didn't have that problem. Even though we didn't love how the season 2 kind of set up its mystery and kind of started, there was still so much that we liked with the characters that made us enjoy it. There's such little character development here. I think this is Piz and Mac. This is like Piz's first episode. He got a lot to do. But basically, since that episode 1 of season 3, this is his most, character-heavy episode? 17 episodes later?
I think so, yeah. He had, like, the repilot, and, yeah.
And he wasn't even in the last chunk of episodes. And even for Mac, she had some stuff this season, but this episode feels like the biggest Mac episode we get.
It kind of is. Because, I mean, Show Me the Monkey was Mac-ish.
Yeah. But this feels like the biggest Mac storyline since, season 1.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it yet.
That's fine. Yeah, sorry, I kind of went off sidetrack there. But back to the Desmond Fellows stuff. I just really disliked his character. I thought he was very unlikable, and I didn't understand. What kind of bugged me was how Piz, and this is such a weird, looking back on it now from like a 2021 perspective, Piz was basically forgiving a very like problematic white male celebrity, and like the entire time just forgiving him for all the kind of awful things he was doing, and like not great stuff he was saying about Veronica, and just like in general. But Piz was still like, no,
oh my god,
he's a great guy. He's such a great guy. I love him. It reminded me a lot of how people still like excuse a lot of what Michael Jackson did, and like a lot of stuff like that. I know it's not the same level, but it just feels very much like that celebrity forgiveness where it's like, no, it's you just don't get it. They're famous, so they have different problems.
Right. Oh my god. Like when Desmond keeps asking Veronica like, how old are you, and she's like trying to ignore it, and then finally she's like, I'm 11. And like to keep it pushing or whatever, I'm like, yes. And Piz like kind of was like, oh yeah, all right, go for you. And I'm like, why didn't you step up, Piz? Like,
because Piz is a little bitch.
Which I get, like, oh, Veronica could take care of herself, but at the same time, like, yeah, she could take care of herself, but you could step in too and like say something. So, like, saying something in numbers would do a bit more.
It was also weird how I don't understand the whole scene where Dick was asking which people he slept with, and that also really grossed me out.
Oh my god!
Also considering like we kind of know what happened with Rose McGowan.
Oh my god! Yes.
Like I'm like, oh. Guy, even Jennifer Love Hewitt has said some really awful things have happened to her, and I don't remember who the first woman was. But it was Drew Barrymore. I was just like, very
my god,
out. I'm like, this scene didn't add to anything. Like there was no actual purpose except for the writer wanted to like name hot chicks that this Paul Rudd's
and then
with.
Like it ends with Dick like, who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
So then Dick's just listening to this guy name off celebrities he's banged? Like,
yeah.
Really? Like, okay, yeah. I guess, but like...
Because, again, and then the whole reveal at the end that Desmond is like a great writer and like everyone loves his new song. It was very much like, oh yeah, good. Of course the white male problematic man has the come to Jesus moment. He was actually good all along.
Oh my god. I loved the like kind of never meet your idol thing that what's her face kind of went with the chick that was on the bed.
Grace? I love Grace. I thought Grace was hilarious.
Oh my god. So it was just a little too fucking coincidental though that they're getting the translation and it's like, oh, that means Grace. What? That's my name.
I don't know if I like or dislike that the two that they weren't both Chinese kids that were helping them, but also I find it really weird that like the head of the Chinese department in like Hearst College is like a white
lady. Oh my god!
Like there's something really I don't like about it, but also
there's something that's
I'm
also
glad it wasn't just like some random Asian teacher. I don't know. I'm so torn.
Oh my god! Some Korean woman up there teaching like Mandarin to like. Oh, love that. It would have happened. This would have happened.
Oh yeah, I know. But I liked Grace, and I just liked how like angry she was. Like, what? I just like wanted to sleep with him. I had a wild side, guys. I wasn't always a teacher, okay? And even like Veronica,
she was awesome. I love
Veronica's her. Like, we're not here to like kink shame you, okay? We're just
right. Like, you do you. We just have some
and
questions.
Then we get, I think, my favorite part of this whole episode, and I'm sorry, Mac, but Veronica confronting Jeff, because I love that they're weird season-long weird banter, and then
he needs to get a restraining order on her.
He's just like done with her. And then the moment Piz says blue housecoat, Veronica's face, because she knows what's going on. She's like, fuck, you stupid idiot. And then they'll say, oh, they're like, because Jeff's like, what color is that? Because the Neptune Grands, and Veronica's like, they're not blue, they're white. And she's just like, I apologize. And his response like, oh my god, fuck you, bitch. I don't take it. But I do enjoy her. I can live with that.
The whole interaction was like 100% perfect.
And I want more of them. I think they were perfect. I would love an episode where they have to like really work together.
But like, I hope this is their last interaction together, because that would be perfect.
I know, I can't remember. I don't know.
With her being wrong and like him like, just like,
let's not forget, she fucked him over at work and never did anything to reverse this.
He's on overnights for like a year now because of her, and overnights suck. Unless you want that, they suck.
Yeah, it was just great. That really highlighted it for me. I don't understand why that guy only had a robe in his bag. I'm a little confused. Oh
my god! I don't. He was partying or something. I guess what he was doing.
A single robe is in that bag.
I love that man though. Which he's like, yes. I just had a drink. The bags are still in the car. I haven't done shit.
But I enjoy when Veronica takes out the name tag and is like, but this is on Veronica for not doing like any of the legwork. She trusted Piz way too easily.
Why would you trust Piz? And then now she's gonna date him? After how much of an idiot? Like,
I just wish she would have said something like, this never would have happened with Wallace. Wallace would have had his facts. Wallace would have known.
Oh my god, Wallace would have figured it out by now, because he would have just checked the label.
Yeah.
Like, any sound person would have.
It was very it threw me off, because Desmond's room was clearly just like Logan's room, slightly redressed, but it was clearly just the same sets.
I kept thinking they were at Logan.
Because they kept cutting back and forth between the two of them. I'm like, okay, you could have done a little more. I know hotel rooms look a lot alike, but...
Or you need to move these scenes not one after the other.
Back
like,
to
you
back.
need to figure...
No. Because you're just like, expect them to turn around and Logan and Dick are just playing video games.
I think that's all I have for them, though. Yeah, let's get into the Keith stuff, then.
Ugh. Not ugh. I don't know. It feels like they're trying a lot. The Keith stuff feels like they're trying to set up something for season 4, especially with bringing Leo back.
But I'm pretty sure they were hoping.
Well, no, which is I get, but when you look, it's hard when you look back at shows that were trying to set stuff up, but you're like, well, nothing's ever really going to come from this.
Yeah, but we get to enjoy Leo while he's here.
I I think Leo needs a haircut. His hair was really bugging me this episode. It was too shaggy.
I loved it. I just wanted to just rub it and be like, "Oh, look at you messy stallion."
Maybe it did look like he was like
stallion.
down in his, like he was like he's hit rock bottom.
He's working security. He used to be a cop.
He was
a cop at 20.
He was fired, right?
Yes, Keith fired him.
Oh, that's right.
Well, no, Keith didn't fire him. Keith got him fired because
he stole the tapes.
Yeah,
because he had a dying sister, I want to say, or something like that.
She needed to go to a special school, I think it was.
Oh, right.
I think that's what it was. But yes, he was fired,
but I like how he's like, even though I know you broke the law and pretty much fucked over the entire Lily Kane murder case, do you want to come work for me again?
Okay, no, Logan did it. Logan did that. If those tapes would have leaked, Aaron would be in jail.
Leo didn't help. I love Leo, but he did not help.
He didn't help, but ultimately it was Logan.
I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron was murdered, so we're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Duncan.
But
someone got some shit done.
Trial would have been great.
I know. So
I didn't really care for this part of the story. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't find it that interesting.
It wasn't
the mystery, and then having Vinny show up was I
was hoping you were gonna have more because you were super excited for this part.
I thought there was gonna do more with the Fitzpatricks when they brought up Danny Boyd, and I was kind of like, oh, that'd be interesting to kind of follow up with them because I feel like that storyline also didn't go anywhere.
It comes back.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Vinny and the Fitzpatricks get really close, and that's how Vinny ultimately wins. Well, outside of Keith's, it was so close because the Fitzpatricks helped Vinny.
This episode, it was just it was an uninteresting way to bring Leo back because they clearly wanted Leo back for season 4, which again, I'm all for, but it didn't work for me. It felt very rushed.
It did. It did. Because by the end of the episode, Keith is rehiring him. Yeah. I completely forgot that happened.
You kidding me? You fired a whole bunch of people for not doing what you said, so you're gonna hire back the guy who broke the law by stealing evidence in a murder case? Okay, Keith. I'm going to support you because I'm Sax and I support the man in charge.
I was gonna say.
I'm not going to approve
Sax
of it.
is still going to fall in line to it and be like, ooh, can Leo boss me around too? Do you want to be deputy? Oh my god, Leo would end up being the deputy and Sax would be like, okay, I guess, here you go.
Well, I feel like Sax is worried for his job. He's like, I'm no Leo. I'm really worried. They're awfully chummy. Leo did sleep
but Keith does keep him because
Keith's daughter. Or no, I guess they never slept together. But
no, that would have been bad. That would have been.
But it's fine because Leo apparently is above the law. But I also wonder if I don't know. I wonder if they would have made Leo and Veronica try to become an item in season 4.
Absolutely, they would have.
Because I think they realize at this point that Veronica and Piz are not working, but they've already.
Oh, Piz would have been dumped so.
That's because the writers must have known at this point. It's not working, but we've kind of already got it going, and the season's almost over.
Veronica and Leo at least have chemistry there.
Veronica and Leo had one
chemistry.
scene together in this episode, and I was already like, oh fuck, he's gonna fuck her so hard.
Sure enough. Never happens.
I know.
Maybe now, season 5. We'll see.
I like to think they did it in the movie.
Don't
think about it too hard. Oh no, he's not in the movie, is he?
I think he is. I just don't remember where. I've seen the movie so many times.
She goes up, or was that season 4 when she goes up to him with a pizza?
It's 4. That was season 4.
Oh, sorry. I'm mixing up the movie in season 4. Because I love that scene in season 4. It's one of my favorite moments. Is when she shows up with the pizza and the beer.
So good. It's so good. I can't wait to get. We're almost there. So real quick before we go to Mac and Logan, where I actually have stuff to talk about. I did love the twist of Vinny capturing the thieves, where he just closes the door behind him. That was fucking hilarious. And going back to Veronica and Piz real quick, the moment, it's like the beginning-ish, where she says they should just be friends, was one of the most cringiest moments, like, of this season or show. Like, I physically recoiled at it. Like, it was just... Oh, which I guess I'm pretty sure that's what it was going for, but the fact that I really don't want them together makes it just far worse.
And it's weird, and I feel like in the movie they actually had chemistry. Come on,
there is something there in the movie. There is something, but he's less boyish. He's too boyish for Veronica. Veronica needs some semblance of a man.
They make him very nerdy this season, and it's something that Veronica has never shown any kind of attractiveness to.
I think nerdiness could work, but, like, there's no point you look at Piz and think, yeah, he could throw a punch. Like, and Veronica needs that. I'm not saying, like, being able to throw a punch makes you manly, but Veronica needs some sort of,
it gets my broveries going. I don't care.
Testosterone, like, masculine energy just that can course through. And Piz can't give that. Duncan could give that. We've seen him beat the shit out of the car.
When Veronica Duncan was like slightly crazy, I think that's why she went back to him after season 1.
She's wait, like, you could have killed your sister? Sleeping next to you, you could wake up anytime and kill me?
Choke me to death? Oh, yes.
I am so... She was ready. Logan, we know, can throw a punch. Leo was a cop. So
even Troy had like a bad boy past.
Troy was a little bit of a bad boy, yeah. So, like, it all comes together. Piz, not an ounce of it, but, like, in season 4, he gets a haircut. He, like, works out a bit.
You mean the movie?
Gives the appearance of being able to throw a punch.
Well, doesn't he get his ass kicked in the next episode? Or doesn't Logan kick his ass coming up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. It's coming. I won't tell you where it happens.
So let's talk about...
It's a good surprise.
You want to talk about...
I did like that they brought back the elevator. Again, like, just like the Logan Piz. But it was flipped again.
I didn't care for it much this episode.
I like elevators.
I know. We're Grey's Anatomy fans. We love elevators.
I know, baby. It's all right. We know you love elevators.
I just... Because we had it at the end of last episode, and I feel like that was really strong, so I didn't think it worked as well this episode.
I guess.
Also, I just found it really weird that Veronica didn't notice that was Logan. Also, how rude for you to, like, when an elevator opens, you wait for the person to come out before you storm past them, like, basically push them back into the elevator. But of course, we know Veronica has no sense of decency.
She's like, excuse me, I need to get on here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like when I get on the train and the people try to, like, get on as you're getting off. It's like, I
have to get off for you to get on.
You can wait 2 seconds. You can wait. The train doors are not like, come on, like.
It's all right. Okay, let's move into the best part of the episode. Mac and Logan teaming up to do Logan's business project.
I feel really bad for Logan that the professor was kind of
a super dick.
Also, just like such a stuffy square. Like, oh, how dare you? Inappropriate. Blah blah blah.
Right? This is a college. They're not like in goddamn high school.
I know.
So dumb. I hate teachers like that.
And like, it's weird to think because like when I went to like post-secondary and college and stuff, maybe because I think it's definitely because I went to like an art school. There was a lot of nudity already thrown in there just for good measure.
Well, yeah, you all have to like draw naked people.
And just like as you look through history of art, it's basically nudity up until Christians come along and put a big whoosh to that.
Whoa, no more of those penises and boobs flopping around. No, ma'am. We're not seeing none of that.
So it's weird how it's also really funny because clearly it just feels like the writer clearly was on a lot of porn sites and got the inspiration from that, from like porn ads. Like, that's what it felt like. And it's
this was also a long while ago. Maybe
it's
this
also
is
like
what spawned
pre-YouTube, or not pre-YouTube, but basically like when YouTube was like infant.
Fledgling.
Because Because I remember sites like this all the time, like the Rate My Teacher, Rate My whatever. Did you guys not have that?
I don't know. I had
Well, you also went to like 20 different high schools in like a year, so
yeah, I didn't, and I never really had internet until like after high school, or
So,
like my last like bit of senior year.
when I was in high school, there was a Rate My Teacher, and it basically
God.
just turned into like very inappropriate sexual comments about how certain teachers are very hot. And it was fine. It was basically, it was supposed to be like a rate your teacher on like their teaching
Academia?
ability, but it really just became a like rate your teacher on their hotness. And it made sense, and we all really got into it. And like, this is when I was still like straight, I guess, to everyone, but I was of course rating all the male teachers, but telling everyone I'd rate the female teachers.
Did the hottest male teacher get the hottest spot?
So I had to disagree. I don't think he did. Personally, the hottest male teacher was like brown, and he was like built like a truck, but I think because he was brown, he didn't get the points he deserved. But he had like the like choke me.
I thought you meant his last name was Brown.
No, he was brown. Because the hottest teacher was like one of the gym teachers, which like, yeah, fine, it worked, but it wasn't like, I don't think he deserved it.
Okay, he fell on some mediocrity.
He was
had
also
a
one of those
beard.
gym teachers that also, he taught the dumb math, because I was in the dumb math and he taught it, and so...
What is with gym teachers teaching math as well? It's great. My gym teacher at one of my, he taught geometry.
Hey, gym teachers are smart, okay?
No, I was failing and it was his fault.
Okay.
Because then I went to a different school and learned it and did fine.
Okay. You just didn't get all the sports metaphors?
Listen, I mean, I guess he's in the right, like, field to be doing shapes, like this rectangular and this triangular and this...
Okay, anyway, so back to, like, Logan's website.
Circle.
It's funny to look at now, but it's definitely a very of-the-time type of site.
Oh, yeah.
I love that he calls Mac, because... not even, like, goes... between, like, ask Veronica to ask Mac or ask Parker to ask Mac. He goes straight to Mac.
And I love that, where she's like, oh, Parker's not here, Logan. And he's like, no, me? You want to talk to me? It was just really
But I also
cute,
enjoy
and
that
I'm so happy.
they're close enough, but not super close, where he called her cell phone. He called, like, the room phone. Like, they're not quite cell phone level yet.
They got to it at the end of this episode.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Her whole thing, like, he's like, I'll pay you. And she's like, okay, but I'll need Red Bull and licorice. I was like, that me and Mac are just one being at this point. Like, I love her
I have to
so
say,
much.
I usually excuse Dick in episodes, or I'm like, he was funny. He actually didn't add anything to this entire episode. I kind of hated this entire episode.
And I loved that Logan and Mac teamed up to, like, shove him out of the room, basically. They're like, just go. Like, what are you doing? You're a fucking idiot. Like, don't talk to us anymore. We got, like, work to do. Like, go. It was perfect. It was
And he
so
wasn't
good.
even, like, funny, because usually Ryan Hansen, he's a dick, but he's funny. But it wasn't funny this episode. I don't know. I was really thrown off.
It's funny that he ran over his foot. That was funny.
It wasn't, I don't know, nothing. And then his scene with Paul Rudd also didn't work. It was very weird.
I was not.
I'm like, you guys could have just, like,
at all.
chopped him out of this entire episode, and I think we would have been okay. Logan could have found inspiration on another idea.
Well, I'm glad they kind of, like, got rid of him quick, though.
They did. Because at first I'm like, fuck, he's going to be around for this whole storyline, and then he wasn't.
Which was so nice.
So refreshing.
Because then we got Max instead, and I loved the Logan talking about the hot nerd on nerd action, because it was
God,
like,
I wish I had a camera.
yeah, it was like back in season 2 where Weevil is getting tutored by Beaver, and then, like, Beaver and Mac are flirting at the time, and he's like, do I need to, you guys, what's happening here? Do I need to leave you two alone?
Mac has all this, like, awesome sexual chemistry, but it only comes out in certain, like, nerdy times.
And I love that like, Logan and Mac didn't feel like relationshipy. Like they felt, because she's not going to put up with any of his shit. So like
That's
it's
what I
not gonna, it would
enjoyed.
never work.
She was very like frank with him and very much like, okay. But also I love that she had like this great business, she didn't have the business mind, but she, like the franchising of it, she's very much like, oh, I set this up so it can be anything. And then she's like legs, kittens.
Just cut me in on the profit.
That
Like
Mac,
it'd be good.
I think it worked really well that the last episode they re-brought up the purity test episode, because it kind of helps us, because we don't really talk about Mac's website design and all in like the last whatever. So it was a nice little like not throwaway line, but it was a nice refresher for this episode without being like previously on Veronica Mars, the purity test.
You whore! No, I never slept with him.
And it obviously I assume like Logan knows about the purity test and knows it was her.
Yeah, and I
Veronica
love
can't
like
shut her mouth. Also, I think Mac has told like everybody now since like it's been over.
By the way, remember how I conned all the 09ers in high school? Yeah.
I wonder if the purity test is still going. Like every just new.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Like that's how she's paying for school.
Oh my god, that'd be perfect.
It's just like every year Clemens is like, this fucking purity test.
This fucking test. God damn it. If I find out who did this.
But then just like every year, like she sends him like a gift or something at the end of the year. Just like,
oh yeah, she makes it worth his time.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, it's really sad that Mac and Logan have better chemistry than Veronica and Piz. Like
also,
even not even like a romantic level, just
I
in
was
like
gonna
a
say,
pure.
I like that they just have a great buddy chemistry.
Yeah, it's kind of brother sister-ish. Like it's good. It's really good.
It's really upsetting that we had to wait till now to get it.
Oh my god, I know.
And then
like
we
at
don't
the
get
end
it
of the
ever.
season.
I mean, I just don't feel like we're gonna get it in the next couple episodes. And we don't get it in the movie, and we don't get it in season 4. I can tell you that.
Oh my god, it would have been great though if they did bring back Mac for season 4 and all her scenes were just with Logan. Oh my god, that would be the greatest thing in this. Oh god, that would have been beautiful.
So
she's like, I'll come back, but only if my scenes are with Jason.
Jason. Getting back to Mac, I really enjoy her and Veronica's scene at the beginning of the episode with the
yes,
the eggplant and the fettuccine.
Yes. That
was really good. I don't want to talk more about.
It was a good mirroring. It was a good mirroring, like just to bring up, like, hey, we like they kind of have similar dating situations right now. Like, of course, Mac's bad boy versus Logan's bad boy is like tax fraud versus beating the shit out of someone, you know, like
tax fraud, homeless bum fights, you know.
Their darknesses are a little different.
And I kind of like, I'm torn because I like Bronson and Mac. I like that he's getting her to try new things and how
they're cute, and I love that. I hate that she has to break up with such a pretty boy because he's so pretty.
He has like really pretty eyes and lips, and then I like how she's like, you're just like a really good guy, and she's like, I am a good guy. He's like really happy because he doesn't know what's going on. He's like a puppy, and like about to be put down.
And I also like how Mac delivers like the breakup. She's like, I feel this is what's needed, and does it. Like, it feels very like, this is what I need, and I'm going to like empower myself to do this.
Well, what I really appreciate is Mac doesn't two-time anyone. She is very clear about it to Max that nothing's going to happen between them, but then realizes that something is clearly happening between them. So she makes sure it's a clean break before there's any like her cheating, because I don't think Mac's the type of person that would want to be cheated on, and I don't think she'd ever cheat on anyone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think it's really upsetting though that not Bronson, because Max doesn't appear, like Mac's not married or dating in the movie, it seems like. So I kind of wish they would have continued that thread for the movie.
Yeah, but they kind of resolve them, I feel. I vaguely remember.
Okay, we'll see.
I vaguely remember.
When we talk about the movie, we'll talk about how, like, Wallace and Mac are pretty much just nothing.
We'll see. So counter to being kind of annoyed at the Logan, the Wallace, Veronica, like, girlfriend chatter type thing, I liked Logan starting to question Mac, and she's like, we're not talking about Veronica.
Yes.
No.
I think that's...
No, that's not happening. And he's so, like, emotional in the moment, like, really good on Jason's part. Like, there was just enough of it in that moment where, like, of course he's gonna question Mac, like, duh. And you get to see, like, okay, her dating Piz does, like, get under his skin, and it's more of like he's worried that she cheated. And I love that Mac was like, you're a fucking idiot. Of course
I do like that that Logan asked Veronica in the elevator about that, because it's valid, because, like, weren't Leo and Veronica dating when she started?
She sure as shit was dating Leo when her and Logan started making out. She even brings it up very like matter-of-factly when she's breaking up with Leo. Like, oh, by the way, yeah, I also made out with my enemy. Like, I know we're dating, so it's gonna say it. It makes sense that Logan asked. I don't think in the Logan's mind it's like Veronica would do anything to hurt him, but he also knows, like, Veronica lives on impulse at the end of the day, and is also very good at keeping secrets. Yeah, it's kind of her thing. Those are both kind of her thing. But that's it. All I have for the episode. I cleared through my notes. I'm ready for some segments if you are. I just thought it was really weird. This episode had, like, Vinny, who I love, but I didn't really care for him. There's, like, the one time where I'm like, Vinny, you didn't really need to be here. We were on such a high of, like, Keith's storylines and enjoying them. I know. And then to put in Leo and Vinny in one, and That's don't enjoy it. No, it's like this storyline was built for us to like, and then somehow they... There's so much. You have Leo, Vinny, Mac, and Logan. Yeah. You have... Paul Rudd. Paul fucking Rudd. There's a lot to enjoy. And I will say I did enjoy that Paul Rudd's, like, bandmate is Rob Thomas. Was it? I didn't notice. I was kind of making food when I was watching. Not making food, but I thought that was cute. I didn't really. I get. Yeah, that would be cute, I guess. Are you ready for segments? Yes.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Fashion. Put it all on me. This segment, we like to talk about the fashion of the episode, what we liked, what we didn't like, and what was kind of just worn. What do you have, sir? I have a couple. I have a couple too. Nice. I hated what Veronica was wearing to the first scene with Wallace, like her green shirt and undershirt that didn't. But I loved her hair and headband. Like, it belonged to a different outfit because it looked so well put together, and the headband, like, didn't serve a purpose. I don't know why she'd be wearing it. In that, it just felt like he started getting ready for something, and then Wallace came over, so she just stopped getting ready for that thing. And oh my god, put pajamamas on. Meanwhile, Parker's, like, waiting for her at the library right now. But I thought, oh my god, no! She had a shift. She had a shift at the library. But Wallace showed up, and she's like, he's like, do you need to call? Like, no, they'll just figure it out by 20 minutes in, and I don't show up. They know. Oh, it's just another Veronica's not here. So I thought that looked really good. I liked how Veronica was wearing, like, a blue blazer with a side ponytail for a big chunk of this episode. Loved that blue blazer. And I couldn't really tell what the top was underneath, but there's a lacy bit at the top that I really enjoyed. It looked like a lacy cami there. Yeah, but I couldn't really... She never took the blazer off, so I didn't get a good look at it. But I know. Show us your tits. Like, come on, girl. And she wore it for a big chunk of that. It was just a really nice color. Like, it was a deep, almost like navy blue. Yeah. speaking of like liking colors, Mac's like camo overshirt, I enjoyed the colors.
Well, like the pink and gray?
Yeah, the pink, gray, black, white, all
Yeah.
that. But I do not endorse camo, so I do not like it. It's hideous, and I don't.
Mac was not
I hate
dressed
camo.
very well this episode. I was kind of disappointed.
Actually, it's not until like the very, very end that I have like because she has a gray striped top when she breaks up with Bronson. I thought was cute, but again, it was more like the color palette I really enjoyed with her. She looks really good in like a gray and a pink. She just does. And then right before that, she has like a blue gray shirt with like kind of like a dragon or
I didn't
fish
mind
print.
that shirt because it was a nice color on her, but
Yeah.
it was okay.
Like they could have done better with her.
I was also a little confused by the timeline in this episode because
She changes every 10 minutes.
yeah, because when she calls Max, she's in a red shirt, but when they're working together, she's in a blue shirt.
Blue shirt. Yeah.
So it threw me off because I assumed it would be the next day because it was supposed to take place over the Saturday, Sunday.
But then she breaks up with Bronson in a whole nother shirt.
Yeah, it was just
The last 10 minutes, she's in 3 different shirts.
It threw me off.
That's a lot
It
of
was
shirts, Travis.
It was a weird choice. I assume she spilled something because I'm assuming she ordered a lobster from room service because she's just like, I'm ordering food, Logan. This is on you, right? Right, bud? Right? And just ordered a lobster and then just got butter all over her shirt. But luckily had a change of shirt. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. I also really like Grace had.
Oh, Grace's shirt. Yes.
Yes. With
The floral.
and then like
sheer
it's not quite
sleeves.
a corset, but there's like this black thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I loved it.
But it looked really good. I'm like, I felt like
That was the
kinda-
outfit of the episode.
It was also really wasted on like such a
some random character. But she looked so good in it. Oh my
But
god.
Veronica Mars does that sometimes. So like, remember in the purity test episode, Kimmy is wearing like this beautiful green dragon jacket.
But
she can
right.
barely see it in the episode.
Which would have like been great on Mac or something.
Or Meg would look really good in it, or even Veronica.
Any of the blondes?
I think the MVP for me was Leo's snug black sweater at the end of the episode.
Oh, I have that written down
Because
too. Yes, sir.
I think this is the first time you really see like a form-fitting garment on him.
See, I think that works even better with the messy long hair. I'm like,
he's
let's
also,
cuddle together. Let's just
bulked
cuddle.
up a bit since season 2.
Oh, he could keep me warm at night.
Yeah.
He could keep me warm at
Yeah.
night. Ooh, Mr. Leo.
Yeah.
Mr. What was this? Diamato?
It was
D'Amato?
he looked very boy band to me though, like very like early 2000s boy band.
He looked like fresh out of the boy band.
Yeah.
Like kind of how Zayn looked for a bit there after, where it's just like kind of disheveled, like I'm just going about my life. God damn, Zayn looks good in
Okay, that's all I got for outfits.
and then I want to love Logan's outfit that he wore for the presentation, but he's wearing like cargo pants with this like really nice like button-up shirt. Like the button-up shirt looks really good on him.
I just assume Logan's always wearing sandals. I just assume he's wearing sandals.
Some flip-flops
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Logan doesn't really dress well until I think Logan's well dressed in season 4.
Yeah, because he joined the military, and then like he's not going to dress like a schlub.
But also,
Silly.
that always really bugs me. Like, Logan, I know he doesn't really care about money and stuff, but like, he could be wearing nice things.
At least not cargo pants.
A nice pair of like jeans. I'll give him I will give him a straight leg. He doesn't need to be wearing like a skinny jean.
No. As a poor, that's a poor pant. As a poor person, that's a poor person pant.
Or I would almost,
I could say
I would have appreciated him in like sweatpants. Give him some gray sweatpants.
At least, like when rich people try to be poor, they at least will wear some $200 sweats.
Because his attire made sense when he was more that surfer slacker dude, but that's not really him this season.
No, and at least
Also,
that.
Parker, because Veronica doesn't care. Parker's not letting her man dress like that.
Oh no.
Veronica doesn't care because Veronica's not concerned. Parker's like, we're tossing out all the sandals, all the khakis, all the boxers. You're wearing boxer briefs now, sir. Okay, like
Listen.
a loose boxer is gross. That's gross.
It's not.
It's
not
gross.
it. It's not hot. The only time I have one pair of boxers, and I use them like for bed. Like that's it.
It's
like,
either briefs or boxer briefs. I enjoy a good long boxer brief.
I like a boxer brief. A trunk. I love a trunk's my favorite, like hands down. But boxers. Okay, how do you wear? Of course, I used to wear boxers because little
every
teenager
in high school, because that's all. That'd be like it's because I remember I used to wear boxers because it was the only thing that didn't have like half naked men on it, so it made me feel straight.
Oh my god, going to like pick out underwear and be like, no, I don't see it, but let me just stare.
I know, right? I know. That was like every young gay, like, I'm just gonna go get the underwear, and the mom's like, oh, do you want help? No.
No, I got this. That is a universal gay kid.
I can do it myself.
Period.
And then you're just like hoping no one else was like in the aisle.
Oh my god. And then like you see someone coming down and then you could just feel the heat like rising within you, so you gotta like shuffle away real quick.
Because you're like, I'm doing something. It's like you're like
doing something dirty
sex shop or something, like an shelf. Like
you might as well be a bunch of dildos on the wall, not like fucking underwear.
Yeah.
Speaking of dildos, next segment.
Okay.
These are the jokes.
Even more fitting because these are the jokes. In this segment, we like to talk about our favorite quote of the episode and go a little bit more about it. Do you want to go first?
I really wish there was a dildo quote that would have like fit right in that segue, but there isn't.
Did you just go into the transcript and control F dildo?
No. But I'm like, I don't remember them talking about dildos this episode.
I thought you were just...
It wasn't a dick heavy episode, so I don't think
Control
it came up.
F phallus. No, nothing there.
So my favorite quote of the episode is when Veronica and Mac are talking about the Bronson Parmesan. Because I also love like Veronica or Mac keeps asking the server what's good. He's just like,
that was such a great moment.
It's all slop. It's all garbage. It's all great.
Symbolism. I mean, the Bronson Parmigiana is good for me, but ooh, the Max Zucchini looks awfully tempting.
It's not my fault Max won't stop calling. Like, you should talk.
Me? I'm not ordering Good Boy while wishing I ordered Bad Boy.
No, you gave up Bad Boy, but keep asking for samples of Good Boy.
No, Wait, what?
Okay, if Logan is the fettuccine,
It's the eggplant.
It's such a good scene. Like, I wouldn't have even put together, like, how similar their situations are without this, which good on them, bad on me, I guess. But this
I like that Mac is very much
scene.
like, no, Veronica. Those who throw the first stone.
Right. I believe you are just an entire glass house, so let's not throw a stone, my friend.
But the scene is also very disappointing because Kristen Bell and Tina Majorino have such great banter, and we rarely saw it this season. Because that's kind of what, at the end of the day, that's the reason why Mac survived past one episode. Like, it's what it was.
It was
and Kristen
the girl equivalent of Logan.
Yeah. So if it was any other actress, I honestly don't think Mac would have been around for what we got. It's all Tina Majorino and Kristen Bell's.
And I think fans
really
love Mac.
We're really drawn to Mac because she was very different than what
she
we
was
saw.
us, essentially.
She was very us.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have Veronica having friends.
One of us is a friend too, like at that. Like,
but also that episode was the episode that introduced a lot of new friends. Because even Meg was introduced that episode.
Oh, Meg. Oh, fuck. Well,
okay,
actually, that's going to lead really well into my quote.
That Meg quote that they talked about all episode.
Yeah, hold on. Control F, Meg. No, yeah, that quote. It's Piz talk. I'm pretty sure it's Piz talking Desmond Fellows.
Was there anything in the bag?
Just medications, pills.
What are you taking pills for?
Life.
And wow, I felt that in the core of my being, and it wasn't really a funny quote, but it was funny in terms of like, ha!
And Veronica's reaction, like her, like,
Yeah, oh wait, I think it was Veronica asking. Well, no, because the quote will have been inserted just before here. So you all will know, and I'll just sound like an idiot.
But it's probably like the most realistic, because as a teenager watching this episode, I'm like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But as like a 30-year-old, I'm like, ugh. As I look at my like medicine container beside me.
Oh my god. I literally am one more pill away from getting like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but not just that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but day and night.
I only have it because I just like the visual of it, to be honest. It just helps me.
I just don't have it because I'm lazy and I keep forgetting to.
That's fair.
Plus, I need one with like a day and night. Otherwise, I'll screw that up and take too many in the morning.
That's very fair.
And my coworkers will be dealing with a very different Joseph. Let's move into our next segment.
Go Pirates!
Go Pirates!
MVP, our most valuable pirate. In this segment, we like to talk about our favorite character of the episode and go a little bit. I'm guessing it's going to be one of two that you're picking for your MVP.
You go first then.
No, fine. Since you gave it to Mac last episode, I get to give it to Mac this episode.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Who do you think I'm going to give it to? Who do you think are my two people?
I thought it was Mac or Logan, but don't you do that?
What?
You're getting ready to just
I'm giving it to Jeff Ratner.
Oh, that okay.
I think he deserves it out of everyone.
He does,
because he does finally got one up on Veronica and made her look like
an apology. An apology.
Well, Veronica's apologies mean nothing.
It
wasn't even like an apology. It was just like I'm apologizing. It wasn't even like
I was
sorry.
wrong. It was more of like I was wrong, I guess.
Yeah, because very rare do people make Veronica look like an idiot, and he made her look like an idiot, like a dumb,
without doing anything.
And he was so smug about it, and the entire time he was like kind of like leaning back in his chair, and then it's like he's just looking. He's like, "You're gonna be dating that fool, you dumb bitch."
He honestly needs a restraining order on her. It's not fair at this point.
I know.
Like, it's just harassment. If it was a guy doing it to a girl, restraining order.
Yeah, it's him. It's Jeff Ratner. He was in 3 episodes in total, and he left a really, really positive imprint for season 3 for me.
Wait, it was only 3 episodes?
Yes, 3 episodes.
So this was like the end of his trilogy. This was the end of the Ratner trilogy. And he won. He won at the end of his trilogy.
His first episode, he lost. The second episode was like a weird draw. And then he won.
And like, okay, so there's like a whole, like, it starts out where like he's like at a regular whatever. And then he experiences like his conflict, which is Veronica, like, saying he did something that he didn't, and then getting shoved on the overnight
Veronica's
shift,
the conflict.
Him dealing with that strife in the second movie, and then the third movie, he finally
gets his revenge.
Overcomes
it's
Veronica.
Basically the original Star Wars trilogy. Veronica
basically
is the
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah,
not Darth Vader. Not Darth Vader.
The Empire. Veronica's the Empire, and Jeff is the Republic, or the
Rebels.
The fuck are there? Rebels. Yeah, and basically by the end, yeah. Veronica's the Death Star, and she gets blown. It was a great 3-story arc, and I just want to check one thing. I just want to see who wrote all 3 of these episodes. If it was
M-Bomb?
His face M-Bomb.
M-Bomb.
Because I think that'd be great if it was. Well, okay, so Jeff M-Bomb wrote the first episode.
What episodes is he in?
High Infidelity.
And what's the second episode he's in?
The second episode he's in is Postgame Mortem. And let's see who wrote
he did not write that one.
I
have all the ones that John and Bob's
wrote
written.
His first and last appearance.
So kind of
So
like
that's
so it's the new trilogy. It's like how J.J.
It's
Abrams
the
wrote
new
the first
trilogy.
one and the last one. Oh, wow. With the middle one.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Jeff Ratner. Let's go to our final part.
Fuck. We really did talk. God damn it. I hate it.
I'm sure we'll talk about more of him in the season recap, too. I'm very sure of it.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
Pirate points. By the time we get to the end of the episode, we figure you know how we felt about it, whether we liked it, hated it, fell somewhere in between. So instead of giving it a numerical score or a letter grade, we like to say how many pirate points the episode hath earned. How many, sir?
Okay, you just need to follow along with what I'm trying to say here, okay?
No.
I think it's a little more convoluted than I want it to be, but...
Of course it is.
Enough pirate points for a 4-film DVD set of Clueless, I Love You Man, or Idiot Brother, and Ant-Man 2. A.k.a. 2 great Paul Rudd movies and 2 awful Paul Rudd movies. That's how I feel about
Ant-Man 2 was
episode.
horrible. I never saw My Idiot Brother.
It's not good.
I Love You Man is one of my favorite
I think it's
movies.
hilarious. I think it's very underrated.
It is such a good movie because you slap at the bass. Love it. I love it. Okay. To come back down from that, I'm giving it enough pirate points to be featured on the second page of Logan's Rate My Ass website.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, second page though. Like it was good, but you're not getting the top of the page, and you're not getting on the first page.
But didn't
at all,
Dick say like all the really good stuff should be on like the bottom page, like the second page?
Like 3 or 4 pages in, like
Okay.
you gotta, not the second.
Because you don't want all the good stuff at the front page because then they'll never click on anything else.
No, you gotta like have some deep within that, like, So speaking of deep within, that brings us to the end of the episode.
God.
Also, I am proud of us. I'm proud of me for not talking about X-Men in this episode. That's great. That has to be the first in 3 episodes. Good on me.
Oh my god.
If you like,
I have some X-Men things to talk about you after this episode, but we'll discuss them later.
After this episode. If you like what you heard today, please rate the podcast 5 stars. We love that. And subscribe to it so you don't miss an episode because we are not stopping. So
Don't
stay subscribed. And then if you want to follow us on social media, we are on Twitter and Instagram at veronicamarspod on both of those. If you want to find me on Twitter, I am at Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. Travis is on Twitter and Instagram, and his handle is...
You guys can find me at Travis Truant. That's Travis, then TRUANT.
Wow, that is both amazing and fascinating. I can't wait to hear more when I get to those handles. We will see you all.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I am so tired at this point, but we will see you all next week with Veronica Mars Season 3, Episode 18. I know what you'll do next summer. Spoiler alert, no you don't, because it was canceled. Bow, 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 bow. That's really sad, actually. I hope you all have a great night, though. Goodbye.
Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.